For many, Sonic the Hedgehog has always been about little more than running as fast as possible. Even before there were speedruns on YouTube, gamers were seeing how quickly they could race through the stages to beat the evil Dr. Robotnik. But those who pumped on the brakes and explored each area were rewarded with expertly crafted level designs filled with diverging paths and secret areas. It was only by slowing down that you could truly discover what made Sonic great. The same can be said for Defunct, the speedy new action game from a small team out of Sweden called Freshly Squeezed. This is a game that seemingly pushes the player to rush through each experience as quickly as possible, when they should be slowing down to explore the rich world that has been constructed. It's a large open world filled with hidden paths and secret areas. You play a worker robot who zips around using his powerful wheel. One day, our hero accidentally gets dropped down the garbage duct and falls to the planet below. It's his job to race through the foreign landscape and make his way back to the ship, all while solving a few puzzles and navigating tricky platforms. It's a brief but action-packed journey that feels a lot like a 3D Sonic game done right. While he's largely defenseless, our robot hero does know a thing or two about picking up speed. He's able to zip down the hilly fields using his gravitation engine, giving him a chance to catch major air and discover hard-to-reach areas. He can also use his abilities to cling to walls and ceilings, which makes traversing this post-human Earth a little easier. At first glance, Defunct plays out like a one-man racing game set in the middle of nowhere. The game is constantly pushing us forward, thanks to the sloped environments and speed orbs scattered throughout the path. There aren't enemies to contend with, and the platforming sections are light, so you can't help but barrel forward, hoping to eventually meet up with your ship. It's only after I completed the game that I realized just how much I missed along the way. Not just the different paths I could have taken, but also the collectibles I didn't see. While a few are out in the open, many will require players to use their mastery of the controls to snag each item. As exhilarating as the fast-paced racing is, I had more fun poking around the post-apocalyptic world looking for hidden treasure. When not trying to find every last object, the developer hopes you'll like the mechanics enough to want to take on the various time trials. This gives us a chance to test out our racing skills against the rest of the leaderboard, both on the main track and in secluded areas built for competition. This is a cool idea, but I wish there was more done with it. These time trials only scratch the surface of the cool race types that could have been thrown into Defunct, especially given our hero's gravitation engine. As has been demonstrated countless times by recent Sonic the Hedgehog games, it's difficult to marry this kind of speed with traditional 3D platforming. Defunct runs that tightrope better than most, giving the player complete control no matter how fast things get. Our little robot can even perform tricks along the way. Sega could learn a thing or two from Freshly Squeezed. But as delightful as this game is, I can't help but wish there was more to it. It's not just the lack of race variety, but also the types of puzzles. I wanted the developer to do more with the branching paths and platforming sections. I was surprised when the game abruptly wrapped up, a little disappointed by the lack of things to do. And even after searching for all the hidden items, I still wish the game had been a little more ambitious. But even if the adventure is slight, I couldn't help but enjoy the speedy gameplay and endearing character. This future vision of Earth is both exciting to visit and visually stimulating. It's also fun, which is more than I can say about other recent stabs at fast-paced platformers. It's far from perfect, but I definitely want to see more Defunct. Hey, thanks for watching our review. So yes, it's a little strange that Defunct Games is reviewing a game called Defunct. And no, I don't want there to be a sequel, so there actually will be Defunct Games. Fun fact, did you know that this game's Twitter account is one letter off of the official Defunct Games Twitter feed? I wonder if I'll suddenly get a bunch of misguided mentions if this game blows up. Anyway, this is our last review of the week, but I strongly suggest you check out our reviews of Saturday Morning RPG, Super Ubi Island Remix, AIPD, Cubix HD, and Dino Eggs Rebirth. We also have more reviews lined up for next week, but I've run out of time. Do me a favor and subscribe to the channel and support what we're doing here. Until then.